Petr Yan versus Merab 2. Do we see it being any different?
Rob is an animal, man. What he did to Henry Cejudo, I was like, I can't even believe this has happened. Slam set Henry Cejudo? Olympic gold medalist? Who the fuck does that?
Petr has looked really good. Definitely looks like he's improved. Merab has improved, I would say, more.
Sean O'Malley just dropped a bombshell, and it's shaking up the entire narrative surrounding the rematch between Merab Dvalishvili and Petr Yan. The Sugar Show pointed out something few had considered before: the cage size. O'Malley, who knows all too well the pressure of being trapped under Merab's relentless grappling, made a sharp observation. In their first fight, the small cage was like a pressure cooker, giving Merab virtually no space to breathe. It played right into his hands, allowing him to constantly close the distance and smother Yan with non-stop wrestling. But with this rematch set in a much larger arena, O'Malley is warning that the dynamics are about to change. This isn't just a casual comment from someone on the sidelines. O'Malley, a battle-tested veteran, knows firsthand how a larger cage can drastically shift the flow of a fight. In a bigger space, Yan might finally have room to move, breathe, and set the pace. That constant pressure that Merab thrives on could be a lot harder to apply, especially when Yan has more room to work his striking game. It's a tricky one, O'Malley warned, and he's not wrong. This rematch just became a lot more unpredictable. The cage size could be the X factor that changes everything. And if Merab can't close the distance as easily this time, we could see a very different outcome.
Tricky one. Because Yan, the thing is with Sandhagen and you is that you're movers. You move about, you're shifting, you're hard to get shots off on. Once the shots are in, Merab's likely going to get those shots off. But with Petr Yan, he's so there. He's kind of a bit more stationary, high and tight guard. So he's there to get on the hips of, which is why you saw Merab shoot fucking 50 takedowns in 25 minutes on him. Get 11 of them, but it doesn't matter because you spend half the fight defending takedowns that don't even work. It's a tricky test. One thing I will say about the Yan-Morab fight, though, both guys were injured going into it. I challenge people to go back and watch Yan versus Merab 1 and count how many times Yan throws his right hand in that fight. It's minimal. It's very minimal. Yeah, he keeps that close to him. He barely lets go of it. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of injury going on here. So that could be a little spin of a narrative. I reckon it'll be a closer fight, but it's hard to doubt Merab at this point, dude. He's paving his way onwards.
Who do you think's improved most since their last fight?
Oh my god,
right?
dude, that's a good question because Petr has improved a ton since that last fight. I mean, he went out there. I think he beat Figueiredo. He beat Song Yadong. Did he just have those two fights?
And then he just beat Marcus. Yeah.
Oh, and Marcus McGee. Yeah. Petr has looked really good. Definitely looks like he's improved. Merab has improved, I would say, more than anybody. After that first fight with me, I feel like him going to that Umar fight, he leveled up a ton. And then after the Umar fight, like the second time I fought him, I feel like from the first time I fought him to the second time I fought him, it was only 8 months. I regret having surgery and fighting a machine like that after fucking 8 months. It was probably not one of the smartest moves I've done, especially against a fucking machine like.
It was a decisive 50-45 shutout from Merab Dvalishvili that right. A scorecard that told the grim story of Petr Yan's struggle to escape the suffocating pressure inside the tight confines of the Virgin Hotels Theater. Merab's style became a true nightmare, one that seemed tailor-made for that smaller cage where there was nowhere for Yan to move, nowhere to breathe. O'Malley knows this feeling too well. He too has felt the relentless, unforgiving style of Merab in that compressed space. In a rematch that cost him his belt, O'Malley was trapped, powerless to escape the Georgian grinder's non-stop chain wrestling. Every takedown attempt, every inch of the cage was a battle, and there was no space to reset. Lateral movement was stifled. Merab's suffocating pressure didn't give him an inch of freedom. Yan, just like O'Malley before him, found himself drowning under the weight of Merab's grappling game. Takedown after takedown, control, pressure. He couldn't escape. His offense never got going. his strikes nullified by the constant grind that turned the octagon into Merab's personal cage. Every attempt to regain control was met with another chain of pressure, leaving Yan completely unable to escape the nightmare that was Merab's game. In that small cage, there was nowhere for Yan to go, and as O'Malley knows from personal experience, when you're trapped like that, the fight becomes less about skill and more about survival.
In his hands, and his hands have improved a lot. He actually cracked me a few times in that second fight. It's just so hard to fight someone when you have to respect their wrestling so much, and then they start fucking throwing hands. He's doing a really good job at mixing it up. Could that be the downfall for him versus Peter? He gets a little bit confident in those hands. Peter's counters, I rewatched me versus Peter a couple days ago, jogging on the old treadmill. And his fucking counters, and a couple times I'd sit in there with a 1-2, and he would counter so fucking hard and fast. And I mean, if Merab does decide, hey, I do want to trade with him a little bit, like that could be his downfall. But also, imagine Merab goes out there and knocks out Peter.
If Merab knocks out Peter, there's just...
O'Malley pinpointed Petr Yan's vulnerability, his stationary, high-tight guard. Unlike fighters like Corey Sandhagen, who shifts and makes shots difficult, Yan's predictability made him an easy target for Merab Dvalishvili's relentless pressure. Merab's 49 takedown attempts over 25 minutes, though only 11 landed, forced Yan into constant defense. The sheer volume drained his energy and smothered his offense. For half the fight, Yan was stuck reacting, unable to regain control.
Think about that for a second. It's really that simple. Cut 40 takedowns off. Is that possible for Petr Yan? I think it's very possible. I think it's very possible, you know? The other thing is, I think the fight analytics are the ones who make the takedowns. I don't think they know what a takedown is, so I don't know if that's really, honestly, I really mean that. It's sad, it's depressing that they don't know what a takedown is, but it's okay. Doing the best they can. But he got like something like 30-something takedowns on Sandhagen in one fight. So it's like, this is what he does. So if you're Petr Yan, what do you got to do? Well, if I just get it to 10 takedowns instead of 50, I already gave myself 40% better chance, right? Like,
and how do you do that though with Merab's relentless style? Is it a footwork thing? Is it a distance thing? Like, how do you, this man won't stop. How do you even get space to put your own offense back?
This is the thing that I made my style off of, is feints, fakes to break timing and rhythm, and angles. Now, if you're at an angle, there's no shot. You can't shoot unless they're in front of you. And I think that's why Petr Yan got taken down so much, because he always fights on a very straight line. It's forward, back, forward, back. There's very little side to side with him. So you have to figure out a way, he's got to figure out a way to move side to side. Got to figure out a way to add it in, the lateral movement, and pull Merab into stuff, you know. Sean O'Malley, it has a style like that.
O'Malley pinpointed Petr Yan's vulnerability, his stationary, high-tight guard. Unlike fighters like Corey Sandhagen, who shifts and makes shots difficult, Yan's predictability made him an easy target for Merab Dvalishvili's relentless pressure. Merab's 49 takedown attempts over 25 minutes, though only 11 landed, forced Yan into constant defense. The sheer volume drained his energy and smothered his offense. For half the fight, Yan was stuck reacting, unable to regain control.
Right. Aside from winning, keeping your title, is there any other goals that you have?
Yeah, finish will be good, but we all know that nobody was able to finish Petr Yan. He has some split loss before, and only dominate. He has like all unanimous decision loss against me. Otherwise, he only lost split decisions. You know, so he's good, and I'm just focusing for this fight, get healthy and win this fight. That's all I want, but finish will be sweet.
Merab Dvalishvili is now fully recovered and riding a 3-fight win streak. But Yan enters this rematch with renewed confidence and momentum. Since their initial loss, Yan has looked sharp, securing victories over tough opponents like Song Yadong, Chris Gutierrez, and Merab's teammate Marlon Moraes. His striking has improved, and his overall approach has become more refined. This isn't the same compromised fighter from their first encounter. Yan has evolved. He's ready to rewrite the narrative and prove that the first fight wasn't a true reflection of his abilities. With the injury behind him and his growth since then, this rematch could look very different.
He was on Mighty Mouse's podcast.
Yeah.
No sauna, no cold plunge, no stretching.
I don't do sauna or I don't do hot tub.
No warm up. Shows up. I just show up, start to train.
No, yeah, you're right. I don't warm up. I don't stretch much. I just start straight training.
And this is how he weight cuts. I stop eating.
Since Tuesday night, I don't drink water or I don't eat.
Merab Dvalishvili sees this rematch in a much different light. He admits that in their first meeting, he was burdened by nerves, the pressure of facing a former champion, and the weight of the moment. But that night, he proved his capabilities. Now, he feels far more comfortable and confident. However, Merab isn't getting too relaxed. He's convinced that Yan won't underestimate him again. Merab believes Yan's biggest mistake in their first fight was assuming he couldn't do much to him, a lack of respect that evaporated quickly. With that in mind, Merab expects a sharper, more prepared Yan this time around. He's not resting on his laurels either, promising to level up and bring an even more dangerous version of himself to the octagon.
Rob is an animal, man. What he did to Henry Cejudo, I was like, I can't even believe this is happening. When he carried him, when he picked him up, and then he's like stuck his tongue out, and he walked over towards where the UFC people were, and then slammed him. Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist. Who the fuck does that? This dude, Merab is a scary character because that motherfucker never gets tired. Did you ever see his fight with Marlon Moraes?
No.
Marlon Moraes had him dead to rights. He had him out, and Merab just wouldn't stop.
You got a big heart, huh?
Oh, his heart is enormous, man. He's unstoppable.
Merab Dvalishvili enters his rematch with Petr Yan with a powerful emotional drive, fueled by national pride. He's from Russia, I'm from Georgia. Every time we have a competition against Russians, we have to win, Merab declared, adding an intense rivalry to the high stakes. This isn't just a fight for him. It's a symbolic clash that goes beyond the octagon. Merab also shared his ambitious goal of fighting 4 times within a calendar year, expressing some frustration that someone else might break that record. His intensity reveals a competitor driven by deep motivation. But despite his confidence, Merab acknowledges one undeniable truth. Petr Yan is notoriously difficult to finish. No one has ever stopped him inside the distance. All of Yan's losses have been decisions, with his only unanimous decision loss coming at Merab's hands, a testament to Merab's dominance in their first encounter. While Merab would love to be the first to finish Yan, he's a realist. This isn't about a highlight reel knockout, he said. It's about victory, however it comes. His focus remains on securing the win and continuing to build his legacy. Merab is aiming to set a new standard in the bantamweight division, and UFC 323 presents a crucial opportunity to further solidify his place at the top. In their first fight, Merab was already a relentless force, pushing the pace with his tireless wrestling and pressure. This time, he enters the octagon even more refined, with an improved striking game and a stronger sense of confidence. But he knows Yan won't make the same mistake again. Yan, who underestimated Merab's ability to impose his will the first time, will surely come in sharper, more prepared. Merab expects a tougher, more dangerous version of Yan, but that only fuels his motivation to show how much he's grown. Despite his improved skills, Merab remains grounded, understanding that this fight isn't just about skill, it's about outlasting one of the toughest opponents in the sport. Yan's ability to withstand pressure and durability are well known, but Merab is determined to wear him down once again. He's not concerned with making a statement through a knockout. For him, the win itself, no matter how it comes, is what matters most. Now, it's your turn. How do you see this rematch between Merab Dvalishvili and Petr Yan playing out? Will Merab's relentless pressure and grappling prove too much for Yan once again? Or will Yan's improved striking and determination help him turn the tables? With this fight officially scheduled, the bantamweight division is about to get even more exciting. Drop your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any updates leading up to this highly anticipated showdown.